storyline of the season. The people are ready. Are you guys ready as we dive into the Land of Dawn for game number 2 between GEEK Fam and RRQ?
Look at the emblems for both these teams, man. There's gonna be the Lethal Ignition. It has a banana as well. He's trying to go aggressive all the way in the far side of the lane. He went with the Assassin emblem as well, I believe. And for now, it seems like GEEK Fam are the ones who are gonna get pressured, but RRQ a bit too slow on the invade.
Yeah, no. Oh, wait a minute.
Hang on, Baloy, okay, both of the invaders forced the red jungler to use the red tree, but now Baloyski very isolated, forced to use the flicker. Naomi, hello, first blood for Clay here, first minute of the game.
You do not want to give Clay these early pickoffs, man. Especially against a boy, the Valentina can match the roam potential, but not the burst, not the kind of pickup potential that Clay has been showing to have. When it comes to the jungle though, Nail has a bit of an advantage in the clear speed here. But look at the side of RRQ, man. 3 Assassin emblems, 2 fighters. 2 people to just withstand the damage, and 3 to dish it back out.
And the cool thing is that Kadita actually opted for Weapon Master instead. And the Brody, no Weapon Master. He actually goes for something different. He goes
It's a Clay thing.
It's a Clay thing?
It's a Clay thing, Weapon Master.
I think they need the late game insurance because usually we see Brody Brody goes Weapon Master these days.
Well, in the late game, without the Weapon Master, he's definitely going to be doing a bit less damage. But in the early game, knowing it's going to be a tough lane against Kadira, he goes for the Tenacity and the Rupture. That's a good mix for the early game, and he can see he is doing pretty okay in this lane. But the question is for how long. RRQ needs to be a bit more vigilant because the longer the game goes, they have a bit more disadvantage in the late game due to the composition.
Yeah, both roamers in the mid side seeks 4, but Clay, rough waves already popped now. Very low, jumps in, no backup whatsoever. First sec claims the turtle. Now, very low appraisal slap does not reach, but Clay in the backside will be taken down. It's a kill for a turtle. Yet again.
That was so unfortunate. Did you see that? Niall nearly outplayed that entire scenario. I think he retributioned a little bit too early?
Just a slight bit too early, but he was so low as well. So he is forced to do so.
Oh my god.
Prediction though, it's going to be all RRQ except for all and Papulong. So one more person on the GEEK Fam train here, presented to you by the Samsung Galaxy Z series. Now for RRQ, you can see that the gold lane is doing so much better, but what can they do with it? And looking at the talent prediction ranking, I'm still on top,
come on. What's
Mirko
my
is
points?
catching up.
What's your point?
I don't know.
Yeah, you need to recount and confirm.
I have to go back through all the matches?
I believe they haven't counted at the last match.
All right. I hope to be there at the end of the day, maybe. It's
Hopefully.
bragging rights, ladies and gentlemen. But here it is, Naomi.
Oh, Baloyski still has the power of nature, so no crowd control. Take a look at the backside though. Clay knocks a boy up. Rough Wave doesn't really connect, but the damage. Oh, the outplay flicker now in the backside. Now jumps in with the reinforcement, but not enough damage in the backside though. Banana jumps in, finding the kill, and Niall gets taken down as well. 2 kills for the Kings of Kings.
The flying sandstorm from Banana, all the way from the EXP lane. He is definitely having the roam advantage with that movement speed. Persik trying to aggress on Baloyski. Seems like under the turret it's going to be a bit too much wishful thinking, but RRQ, they're just trading back and forth, even though both teams are just making insane outplays right now.
It feels like they're winning in all the lanes, though. Skylar having a good time here. Even one snipe on Skylar, no problem, right? The damage isn't there just yet. With the fact that he's been able to outplay a 2v1 situation because the Grok keeps roaming around that bottom side. Let's take a look back.
Well, no connection there just yet, but take a look at the river side here, boy. Opening vision with Baloy here as the turtle has been poked by Persik. No commitments to really commit on towards the turtle just yet, but Naomi charges at the backside. Doesn't really connect on towards a boy though. Baloyski still holding on that wild charge. But again, both teams now, Nibiru's passion has been popped. Skylar here, bottom side, quarter HP. Niall, will he jump towards the turtle? 3v3, 3,000. Oh, the Petrify connects! And there you go, goodbye, good night. Niall gets taken down, and the turtle will be secured by RRQ.
Look at these things just collapsing like dominoes for RRQ. Versick going a little bit too hungry.
Yeah, overzealous. He gets taken down by Kadera. Naomi now might be next in the topping block, but has the slide to escape.
Okay, let's revert back to that team fight because that was beautifully executed by Clay. He goes in, he doesn't necessarily get the angle he wants, but the Petrify does connect. And the follow-up with the Tyrant's Rage Revenge coming in from Naomi was on point, taking him down. But why? Did Versick had to die there?
I don't think so. His team was already backing away as well, but now Clay goes for another pickup on Beloyski. Bit too tanky, but a torn apart memory. Skylar showing again that he is still in this game.
All right, and here it is. With that, ladies and gentlemen, RRQ with a 1,400 gold lead. We didn't get a chance to take a look at the items earlier on before because of that pickoff from Clay. Hope we get to see it soon. But it looks like Versick is starting to respect that physical damage, picking up the anti-cuirass, Arashi.
I'm concerned about the gold lane right here because for the most part, Skylar, he took the snipe earlier, but he walked in front of the minions. What he was doing is he was freezing the lane to try and harass Kadera, and he blocked the sniper shot, the render shot, to try and get damage. But look at that!
Early wall charge, no follow-up damage. Taunt! Skylar finds the kill. First Sick jumps on towards a boy, but it seems like no. RRQ, no. Job's done. Beloyski gets taken down the third time at this game.
Clay is such a nuisance on the Kadita, the fact that he's able to get these picks over and over, denying Geek Fam the space. As you look at this, like, oh, is Banana gonna be punished here though?
Oh, good ult. But now Clay in the backside will be able to juke it out as well. The mid turret stands still.
Niall?
Oh.
What in the world happened?
Observer missed it, just it's a second late, but Niall gets taken down. Means RRQ will claim the first perfect turtle today.
Ooh,
Oh,
Clay, not done yet.
Yeah, here Beloyski still surviving though, so Naomi though will catch Luke. No follow-up damage, but take a look at Banana. Oh, the damage is there, but seems like no kills, only turtle secured by RRQ.
They're just aggressing all over the place. This is a mid-game where they are damage!
What?
Speaking of damage, it's just ramping up insanely well, and they're using it to take turrets, take turtles. It's not gonna last for very long though, so they have to make the best of it. And Geek Fam, they are struggling to keep up.
Look at the audience prediction on Naomi!
The ambush. And Beloyski will not die this time as he has a wall charge and flicker, but that is the green light for RRQ to do more invades. It's technically a 4v3 now if they really want to commit on towards this purple. There you go. Geek Fam will lose another trade.
Oh man, what is going on here? Geek Fam, they're controlling left, center, up, down, southwest, east, north. Versick with a 1 EXP lead above Niall. Niall just barely catching up. He doesn't have the purple buff though. With a few seconds left to the next neutral objective. It looks like Geek Fam, they're struggling to look for answers here.
Niall, oh, stuck. He popped the Phantom Execution in front of the wall there, and take a look at the Great Escape, but it seems like no, he will be taken out on the backside though. Skylar gets taken very low, but that torn apart memory has no damage. Banana, Raging Sandstorm, good one, charge, no clear follow-up damage though. Let's see Luke surviving. Banana flickers away. Clay in the backside, trying to find the perfect angle to flank. Doesn't really find it, but Versick, he still wants more. Finds the taunt on towards a boy, gets it, force a boy to use the flicker, but that's about it. No casualties here at that trade. I might be wrong. They still are going for it here. Beloyski soaking some damage. Banana is back there. Beloyski, no flicker whatsoever. Very low, gets taken down. That's a good pickup by RRQ. Oh! Good cancel by Naomi. Luke gets taken down for nothing.
Luke read like a book. He goes in to try and salvage the situation, but Naomi says no, sit down. And RRQ now threatens for the Lord, and Niall is just powerless. No targets to assassinate. Nowhere to go without getting crowd controlled. RRQ converge onto the Lord, but they are not rushing it. They want to try and use it to bait Geek Fam perhaps into more fights, into losing more members, but Geek Fam won't bite on that bait.
It's just an all-out brawl from RRQ. Punishing Niall from just minute 0, right? 0 for 0. Clay goes in once again. And you can trust that the damage is there. especially with the catch coming in from Naomi that so far has been super on point. That's going to be a free Lord in for RRQ in the 10th minute of the game as they're looking for the angles. Look at Clay, very active.
Oh, Naomi charging. Oh, it doesn't really connect with the anti-CC. But it seems like both teams here just hovering around, looking for an opening. Take a look at the damage. Give it on towards Beloy. Yeah, just waiting patiently for the Lord to march topside.
Being taken out 4 times, Beloyski is so squishy right there. He cannot stay in the front and scout. With the first Lord coming through for RRQ, they have to try and use this as good as possible to get all the objectives. Ideally, they want to break all the base turrets because the longer the game goes, the harder it is for Skylar to try and find opportunities to deal damage to it. So now this Lord will be so important, and keep your eyes onto Clay or Naomi. They are the ones usually just waiting for an opportunity.
It's just the first Lord. Don't think RRQ will do anything crazy here unless Naomi catches 5. It seems like, yeah, it's just discipline play. Now we'll clear both Geek Fam and RRQ will just hover around, waiting for the right timing.
Yeah, they're looking for an opportunity to strike here. You can even see Clay here looking for the right angle, trying to get anyone. Honestly, at this point, I think they're at the point where they can burst through. I'm actually curious to see how far the items have gone as well. Did Fursic take it?
Nope.
Yep.
Nope, he didn't. Fursic. Oh, Fursic got it. Yes,
Yeah,
I thought
Fursic took it.
I thought you meant Beloyski get the steal. My mistake. But Fursic, yes, secures the purple buff. So Nail is once again just a very sad jungler right now. No gold income whatsoever. And this is what RRQ needs to do. They have to starve Geek Fam of any resources, which is why they're not pushing the majority of the lanes. They're making sure that they're just going to try and punish as much as possible.
It's okay if they're starving. They can use the grab, discount promo code 90% discount. Beloyski forcing that out.
Let's see, conceal as well. Take a look at the backside. Banana already with the engage with another angle. But it seems Lee,
That's a huge resource wasted.
Sure. That's info as well. 40 seconds though to the Lord, so there's still time to, wait for the cooldown.
Cooldowns will be back up for the Lord engagement, but when it comes to that, what will Geek Fam try and do? At this point, they need a huge wild charge, followed by maybe a great Bravest Fighter on multiple people, but RRQ, they understand what their comp is made for. They are not trying to stick next to each other. There's no point in doing so. Looking at the items, have to seize on 2 members, also the Malefic Roar. Banana is still an absolute menace, and if you count him out in a fight, he can one-shot Kadera if Kadera isn't careful. On that note, he has a steel leg blitz, but no Wind of Nature, so he is so vulnerable in these fights. Even if Geek Fam gets a proper 5v5, it's going to be very difficult for them to try and get an ideal fight for themselves.
They really need to be careful here.
Oh no.
That's info already. Again, Beloyski half HP around.
Oh, finally.
It seems like Kadera will have that Malefic. But Geek Fam, they're still famished.
7k gold lead for RRQ. So far, that's great, but keep in mind, usually the threshold is at 15 minutes. For RRQ, past 15, they can still somehow pull it off, especially because Clay, he did go for that weapon mastery in the emblem, so he will have more damage to play around with, but the priorities will definitely start shifting around, and Skylar will have to try and show off what he can do on this Brody in that late game against a Beatrix.
So far, he's been doing okay, right? 401 at KDA, being able to really just bully that Beatrix. She just recently picked up the Malefic Roar with how much physical defense was already built by RRQ, which is why I was like, all right, finally, when the Malefic Roar popped up right before we saw that Lord take coming in from RRQ. Now, Chidera has a little bit more say. If we're talking about late game, sure, it's great that Kadita has Weapon Master, but it's a combo thing by Kadita, right? It's not DPS, it's not as reliable as Chidera in the late game. So I think RRQ, they want to close this as soon as possible.
In the late game fights, they definitely have to engage the right damage, give out the right damage to the right targets, not just any target. Look at Skylar, that is that Brody Siege. Being able to move while basic attacking, he will take out the top turret finally, and the Lord will finish the business in the bottom. This might be all 3 for RRQ, and they might be looking for another play.
Yeah, good manipulation.
Oh!
Low charge though. No clear follow-up, but take a look at the Banana in the backside. Slight mismechanic. Clay punished. Gets taken out, Skylar. In the backside, a Rose Ball procs as well, I think. Let's see. Naomi has the Immortal still. but it will be only Clay taken out. It's 3 base turrets taken for Clay.
That's definitely worth it for RRQ, no?
3 base turrets? Definitely. That is what they want to have when you have a late game, no, an early game team composition. In the late game, the waves pushing on its own will be so beneficial in matching the pressure for their composition. And it's unfortunate that Clay got taken out there. He went in for the oddity and he gets sprayed down by Kadera. So Kadera is definitely still a huge threat. And GEEK fam, they know that, and RRQ needs to start respecting it again.
Conceal. 3-man conceal. Oh, no! Oh, take a look at the crowd control! He isn't able to go anywhere! First it gets taken. The kill on towards Nile. And take a look at the timers. Almost. GEEK fam in trouble.
I think they completely are in trouble right now. Nile not being able to get up in 20 seconds. That means they're not going to be able to contest the Lord. But RRQ, I think they're going, you know what? We don't need the Lord. We're just going to go for it. Look at how they're posturing.
They have the man advantage. Let's see. 3 minions pushed. But it seems like no, RRQ will just back away.
They just back up. But the Bandit's Rage, already used by Kadera right there, that was quite the opportunity. But now, going for the Lord, putting Clay as the Guardian, as the sentry in that bush. It needs to be a prediction play by GEEK fam if they want to try and punish him. He will be backing away, and the Lord now, very, very low. Will it be contested?
Let's see. Lord comfortably secured by Persik. Nothing much more. Let's see the defense.
Let's see the defense. I mean, so far, GEEK fam, they have been able to fend off.
Oh!
But that's with Chadera.
Wind of Nature popped. Oh my goodness.
Oh!
Clay jumps in. No casualties.
Oh my God!
Chadera with the Renner's apathy finding the kill.
That's a huge outplay, ladies and gentlemen, without Clay. RRQ, can they finish it off?
Let's see, will they have enough firepower? Oh, good catch by Naomi! 1 kill on towards Malloy now. It's going to be 4v3. Lord is still up. Minions, sporadic. Luke gets taken out in the backside. A boy in a no man's land, isolated. Taunts everything. A boy gets taken out, and now Kadera and Nile versus the world. Take a look at the kill, and RRQ in game 2. They're able to push this series to a full best of 3.
Welcome to game number 3, ladies and gentlemen. Man, that outplay coming in from Chadera in the final moments. Unfortunately, it wasn't enough to stave off the kingdom. But what a game by RRQ. Very clean, very precise.